topic today. For today, I have taken the easiest topic of our course, and generally it is the opening. You can see physical quantities and units, and I'm putting this question.
Second is for time, kg is for mass, Kelvin is for temperature.
What is not an SI unit?
So A will be wrong, coulomb.
It's not an SI unit. Coulomb is actually ampere into second. These type of questions are very tricky for many people, especially if a person is not taking maths. Speed v of waves on a stretch wire is given by the equation where T is the tension in the wire, mu is the mass per unit length of the wire. What are the values of P and Q? Now, if you see this diagram, if you see this table, you can see T power P and mu power Q, and you know velocity. So velocity is ms minus 1. T is the tension, so T will be in Newton. And what is mu? Is the mass per unit length. If it is mass per unit length, it will be kg per meter. So I will write kg per meter. Now, if I move it forward, Newton means kg ms minus 1, and it is kg m minus 1. Right? This is the basic base unit. If I move it forward, kg power P, meter power P, now, you know, in mathematics, you can combine the common bases. I hope you remember that logic, O-level maths. Can I combine kg? There are two kgs.
Yes, they can be. 2 kg they'll become.
No. Let me recall you. X power 2 into X power 3. Do you remember it used to become X power 5?
Yes.
So I have added them. What about meter m power P and m power minus Q?
So they will add together then.
Yes. I'm comparing them. Here, meter power is 1. On left side, the power of meter is 1. What is the power on the right side?
P minus Q.
Good. Left side power is minus 1. S power minus 1.
So it's minus P.
Something is getting wrong.
Isn't that like the S minus 1 just P?
No, actually, because I'm getting a value of P as 1, which is wrong. Some zero. Do you remember that? How kg power 0? Because if anything raised to power 0, is it 1?
Yes.
So I start solving it. P is equal to 1, but I'm rejecting it. Now I have two equations. Do you remember how to solve two equations?
Like quadratic equations.
No, simultaneous.
We can like make a common base in it and then do it.
We can add them. Remember elimination?
Yes. Like the QQ will be cancelled.
Yes. This is giving me positive 1 upon 2 for P.
So it is 1 upon 2 and minus 1 upon 2.
Yes. So P is half and Q is minus half. Now, many people get confused and they say it's a long mathematics. CI endorse that. CI says, no, you need to remember the basic mathematics. But there is another way of solving such questions, which is called famous method, which is called trial and error. Once you make the basic equation, you can put the power one by one. You can try 1 upon 2, option A, option B, option C, and which one of them goes equal to ms minus 1, it will be the answer. So it will be a case. I have taught you the actual method, and obviously this method is the genuine method, but it's a long pure math method. Otherwise, whenever you stuck in a question like that, you can do it by trial and error. Which time interval is the shortest? Let's convert all of them in 1 unit. Now you have to help me. You have to convert every one of them in a scientific notation. I mean to say 5 should be the first number.
The B option is coming as the largest time
Have you
interval.
converted all of them? The
Yes.
first one.
The first one is coming as 5 into 10 to the power minus 5 second.
Okay. And the second.
It's 5 into 10 power minus 8.
Okay, good.
Then the remaining two are 5 into 10 to the power minus 7.
Minus 7.
Yes. Both of them. So Shortest time interval will be like the B.
B, because it is the largest negative power. What is a reasonable estimate of the volume of a fully inflated standard football? This is a very important top thing, and estimation is always a huge problem. Now, how I can guess that? Because it's a fully inflated football, so I can take it as a sphere. Now, you have to guess radius of a football in centimeter. You must have seen football in your real life, and you can guess a work how much a football is 70 centimeter, 80 centimeter, 100 centimeter. So you have to guess it, because that is always a problem in this estimation topic, that you have to make a guess.
Almost like 100 centimeters.
100 centimeter looks fine because it is nearly 1 meter, but 1 meter may be a bit bigger side, bigger football.
So 70 we can take.
We have to take one of them. So if you take a number,
If I take 70 and do this as cm cube, then the answer comes as 1.4 into 10 to the power 6.
Acha. You're taking 70 centimeter. So if I take it 60 or 50, because it's, I think if I assume 1 meter, actually it's radius. Okay, it's not diameter. So if I take half its radius, it's, so we need a guess. I was making from the diameter side.
If I take it as the radius, like the half of the diameter of 70, it is coming as 1.7 into 10 to the power 5.
In without power, it will become,
And like the option D, it will become.
600,000.
It's almost giving the same like number of zeros. Like 5 zeros in my answer, 5 in there.
Because 600 cm, 600,000 cm cube is very big. If I put 50, how much I get?
5.3 into 10 to the power 5.
Still, it's too big. Now, if which will be the closest?
D is still the closest.
D.
Yes.
You're, so maybe we are imagining it wrong, because 600 cm cube means 600,000 milliliter. So that looks to be very big. Let's give more imagination, imagine more closely about. Because I was thinking it should be around C or B. A is too small, but D is too large. Let's imagine more. What is the possible diameter radius? Radius of a I'm trying 25.
It is 6.5 into 10 to the power 4.
If we get it in our options,
Almost like C. But
hmm,
won't it be closer to like B if like we take 60,000 milliliters, it won't fit in a football.
even 60,000 is a big number.
Like almost I think B is correct.
B is the closest one. Then we should repair our radius. Then it means we are not taking it correctly. If we try 15.
1.4 into 10 power 4. Almost like 14,000 the answer is coming.
Now it's close. B looks sensible because cm cube is milliliter. A student uses the volume of a metal coin in order to determine the density of the metal, which is what is not needed to determine an estimate of the volume of the coin. He's tricking us because he's not asking for density, he's asking for volume. If he's asking for volume, shape of a coin is like a cylinder.
So the diameter will be needed.
Diameter will be needed. Thickness will be considered as height.
The formula will be used.
This will be needed. This will be needed. Volume. Then this only one thing which is not required. Which quantity is a physical quantity? A physical quantity needs unit. Atomic number is not a physical quantity. Efficiency is a ratio. Number density of charge carrier.
Strain also has like no unit.
Yes. Which characteristics are possessed by a vector quantity but not by a scalar?
The direction only.
No.
Because
Oh,
like
no.
this scalar has I think magnitude but
Scalar has
doesn't have
magnitude
direction.
and acha, you are right because he's asking for vector. Which quantity a vector is possessing and which is not possessed by a scalar, right? The power outproduced by a force moving an object is given by the equation shown. Power is equal to work upon time, force into displacement upon time. Now that's looks to be an easy question. It's a memory.
Displacement is not scalar, so A is wrong.
Hmm.
Is work is also, I think,
Work is a scalar.
work is also scalar. So power is vector.
No, power is a
Power
scalar.
is also scalar. So B is the answer.
Here comes the same question. The frequency of vibration of a mass m supported by a spring, which is with spring constant k, is given by this. C is a constant with no unit. What are the values of P and Q? Frequency, the
Is
unit of
energy also scalar?
energy is definitely a scalar. Energy is definitely a scalar. Spring constant what would be the unit cancellation here?
So will the meters and meters be cancelled because it's like 1 plus minus 1 to
Right.
0.
There is no kg on the left hand side, so I'm making it 0. If you compare Q is coming to be half.
So it's 1 over 2 and minus 1 upon 2.
It's looking to be in this way. One upon 2 and minus half.
So it's B.
Yes. A man is running a race in a straight line. What is an approximate value of his kinetic energy? So that is a bit challenging question, because let the mass of the person is 60 kg. Now, how I can guess the velocity of a person?
Like
Normally,
7.
a person run around 5 meter per second or 6 meter per second, because meter, you can always imagine the length of a meter. So if you put your hands and you see how much is 1 meter, then a person can run 1 meter in 1 meter, 5 meter in 1 second maximum. Athletes can run 10 meter per second. So you can take 3 meter, 4 meter per second.
Almost 560. So is C a option?
That's a problem, because 560 is not coming close to anyone. It's much
Then we
away
can
from 100.
convert like 8 kilometers an hour to like meters per second.
8 meter per second is quite fast, because it's like an athlete. We can go up, first try up to 5.
$750.
Now it's very close to C. What is a reasonable estimate of the mass of a raindrop? Now this is a very tricky question, because how you can guess the mass? Because a raindrop is very, very light. 10 kg is logically not possible. It's too heavy. 10 minus 1, 10 power minus 1, or 1 upon 10 means 100 gram. 1 gram. How much is 10 power minus 2? I've converted them in gram for a better understanding.
So will it be like about 1 gram?
Raindrop is very light. Even 100 gram, a protractor is around 10 gram. Protractor, glass protractor, D is around 10 gram. Even that is not possible. That looks too heavy. The option is now either C or even D.
Like D? Because one still a bit more, I
Even
think.
1 gram is big. What is a reasonable estimate kinetic energy of a car traveling at 30? How much mass? The cars are around, starts from 1 ton. So if I take let's try that.
If I take it as 1 ton, it is coming as 1.2 into 10 to the power 5. But I checked like somewhere it was coming in a video that a car of even 2800 kgs is assumed as light.
At least 1 ton, at least 1 ton. So even if I try 1 ton, I'm not getting any answer. Actually, I'm getting 10 power 5, which is in between B and C.
But if I take it as 2 tons, it is coming as C.
So we can try it. The arrow represents a vector R, which diagram does not represent R as a 2, R as two perpendicular components, horizontal and vertical components. So we need to find where we can find the components. The components should be head to tail, and one is horizontal component and second is vertical component.
So like we have to check the resultant in these.
It means that he wants R to be, he's resolving R. In a sense, he's resolving R in two components. So we should check one by one. Let's start our working. I am making a head to tail diagram here. And let's try this. It looks very, very similar to R. You can see the R is above now. This is R. I'm trying to make a vector which is parallel to my given vector, but somehow it's too small that it is not coming to fit here. So actually I have to test it. I have made this one.
So we can also extend the vectors while taking it out.
Sorry.
Like even in A, the bottom vector is extended towards the up, and then a resultant R is.
You can extend any one of them. Actually, you need to go head to tail. That's the main thing to do. You have to get head to tail. You have to try head to tail. Now try C. C is looking off. Now I have made all of them, and the diagram you have to compare it with the R given in the question.
A, B, and D are looking similar to the R. C is a bit different.
C is way off. C is looking way off. So C should be the answer because he's asking for not. Which list contains only scalar quantities? That's an easy question looking.
B, kinetic energy, speed, and power.
Well, that is all for today. And